Oh, you know, it helps if you bring the microphone over before you start the stream. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Today we're doing a very special stream that started because I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, and it's the Dewayne Gets Dangerous stream. We'll get into the savings throws and stuff in just a moment. What we're going to be doing, though, for this stream is going over a video by a guy from this video channel called Drycreek Wrangler School. His name is Dewayne. And there's a lot of good stuff in the video. And I'm going to, since this is LARPgate year 4, some of you might be new. And there's this thing we do called reaping and looming. And sometimes that makes a distillate. So before I get into the savings throws, I'm going to present you from some mind control of a distillate. You see, let's see. This once upon a time, there was this video that came out called "The Four Horsemen of Meaning": Bishop Barron, John Vervaeke, Jonathan Pajot, and me, Jordan Peterson. And it's long. It's 2 hours.
Agency. And Jordan, this is something you and I have talked about before in other contexts.
And so back in those days, I made a distillate of about the first 30 minutes so that we could revisit it without having to go through those 2 hours. And here's a sample of what a distillate is. Here's a sample. It's a sample. It's a free sample. It's on the channel. It's on my channel always. But here's a taste.
That logo is called The Meaning of Music, and it's actually a sculpture that I made in 1985. I'm pleased today to...
All right, the old clips that are in there, that's my signature nonsense. We don't usually do that in a distillate.
I have the opportunity to speak with people, John Vervaeke, Bishop Barron, and Jonathan Pajot. I'm going to ask you what you think meaning means. Implicit idea, I suppose, that meaning has different depths, and that religious meaning is among the deepest of depths, and like a lotus flower that sort of comes up from...
See, this is just me being artistic or whatever.
From the darkest depths up through the dark water, and then blooms on the surface of the water in the sun. I'd like you to riff on that. We'll go from man to man to do that.
We're talking about meaning in this context. We're using meaning as a metaphor. We're doing it all right now, and we're doing it like this. I'm standing out. I'm salient. There's an element of arousal. There's affect, affectively laden connectedness. This is what's known as embodied cognition. This is a dynamical self-organizing process, and you can feel it, and you're evolving in this dynamically coupled fashion, a salience landscape that makes you feel that you're here now in this particular state of consciousness, in this situational awareness. So you're deeply fundamentally connected, central cognitive agency. If you don't have that, you're not a cognitive agent. And this dynamic.
All right, let's get some savings throws for you people. This is insane. This is insane that you don't have any, but that's the kind of thing you can do with the distillate. There's a sample of what we'll be doing to some of Dewayne's stuff today. And this Dewayne Gets Dangerous Drycreek Distilling stream. And to turn the banner off, I click there. Welcome, everybody. This is how we do. This is how we do. Let's get this train a rolling, shall we? All right, so I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning in case this new manager boss man says, hey, come into work today. I still haven't heard from him, so that's why we're having the early show. You get to choose between survival, social wisdom, or heart in savings throws against the mind control employed on you in this show and in the rest of your day. And it's advertising as mind control. You're swimming in it. But here, you get a savings throw. If you choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis for that savings throw, then you get one. So survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Oh yeah. And if it's over 10, you take half damage. Under 10, you take full damage, but you get +2 bonus just for chatting in the hive mind. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Oh, survivalist today coming in with the Baker's Coven. A Baker's Coven. That's a 13 for you. Woo! Socialist. 20. Not 20. That means a +3 on the next set. Lovers of Wisdom. 17. Prime 17 for you. Heart, folks. 16. 2 pairs. That's 2 8s. Is a 16. 16 for you, hard work. Looks like everybody's pretty safe from the power of Dewayne. Indigo Kids, you got the 8. 8, you're going to need your bonuses. You'll be needing them bonuses.
Bing, bing, boom, boom, boom.
Welcome. This is the Drycreek Distilling stream, and Drycreek is Drycreek Wrangler School, and that's representative by this guy here named Dewayne. Dewayne, come here. And so this is the video we'll be going over today. Since I've gone through the whole thing and made this whole card of timestamps with even better notes than yesterday, we think we're going to do okay. Here's the casino card from the show. For the show. Oh, the 5 of clubs today. However, before we get into it, there's one more thing. Yes, you're competing with Homeroom right now, which apparently
Video some of you have been waiting for. We're going to talk about UFOs, religion, technology, consciousness, all of that. I got started on this book.
Oh, so that's exciting. Thanks for being here instead. I'm sure that video is gonna get some attention from me. Just like this blue church card of the show, the Jack of Diamonds. The Jack of Diamonds. There we go. Oh, the 5 of clubs was down here, wasn't shuffled in. That's terrible. Shame on me. Shame on me.
It appears the assassins have failed.
And may they continue to do so. We're representatives of the Sacred Order of Foolish Transparency, and that'll come into play in just a little bit. But first, let's go with share this tab instead. Let's see why we might think this video by our good friend Drycreek is worth reaping in the first place.
It's been on my heart, and this video will maybe be the one that causes me a lot of heartburn and a lot of grief. And
we'll see what we can do, Dewayne, here on this very special Dewayne Gets Dangerous Drycreek Distilling stream. Welcome, everybody. I'll check in with the hive mind, and then we'll get rolling. We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see. Doing what is right for me is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. Can one be Yes, one can be smart and devout without being autistic. It's maybe just harder. Good to see you, Greek. Good morning. Clint says he skipped homeroom. Well, the homeroom is going to be one we have to, deeply analyze, I think. It's a big one for Pastor Paul. We got to give it the proper attention. Weinstein says going to the casino, be back later, which makes me remember that Arcus Sound said we could play this whenever we wanted.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What a sunny day, you'll find me on a big rock basket. Normally I need the shade, but that's all I've been having. I need the world way more than anyone needs me in it. If not for you, I'd run away and not admit it. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I gambled everything, lost it incognito. And no one knows I'm broken, we can promise you still. And that's until my comic book somebody bill.
All right, and now I've opened that cognitive loop, and you won't be satisfied until we finish the song. But we're moving on to the first. Now, see, on these timestamps, I put this one way in the back as a prelude for what's in the front. Let's see how it goes.
we're surrounded these days by weakness in here, and definitely weak-minded. There's definitely weak-minded people out there.
And then the timestamps have us jump to 1855. Hey, come on. Bop.
Refuse to do things that are wrong because you're afraid of the law. You have a very huge, important chunk of you that's missing. All right. The law is not there for the good man. The law is there for the bad man. The law is there to set up the penalties, since the bad man cannot govern himself. All right.
Why, yes, Dewayne. We know this from the God Mask, which tells us that the bestial they take what they want and they get what they get. And so they, like, if they take what they want because they can't control themselves, and sometimes they get what they get, which is a lifetime in prison. In prison. Okay. And then let's see. Jump to 2022.
Now listen to me. If the law is not what keeps me from doing harm to someone who doesn't need harm, then the law is not going to keep me from doing harm to someone that I judge needs to be dealt with. I do not live my life according to what the judicial system says.
Okay, and then for some reason I skip this next part and say we go here.
Afraid of not measuring up to what I ought to be. I'm much more scared of not being the man that does what needs to be done than I am of a judicial system that sees it differently and will come after me if I do something else. Okay, this is all just an illustration. Now there's things that did you just
Good cover, Dwayne. Good cover. All right, we got probably 8 or more, but we do intermittent branding breaks. Remember it.
This we walk
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
And as it turns out, I got notes on this card, right? There's a section marked search, one that's not right, and then the danger section. But there's also this one I have marked TLC. And I'm going to jump ahead and see what that one was about. And
the Bible says 9 times out of 10, you ain't got a clue what the Bible says. People will say the Bible says thou shalt not kill. That's the English translation. All right. The original word was raksa, which is commit murder or assassinate. All right. To kill without right, to kill without cause. It's not just thou shalt not kill.
Well, clearly, I had that one marked for TLC because that's exactly the sort of thing they would debate.
I'm gonna have a look at you.
I bet he has too. McMo says he bet Dewayne's seen Tombstone. I think so too. Homeroom, it's complicated, Chad. I explained it already. You'll see it in the replay. Let's search deep inside and see what part of this I marked under the search note.
We're talking about the serious things of life. All right. I think that in our society today, and a lot of societies, a lot of advanced societies around the world today, men have not had to search themselves and find out, can I do the hard thing? Simply because it has to be done. Now,
So you see, you take the big long video and then you pull out all the bangers and then you run them together in what we call the distillate. And that's the Drycreek Distilling. This is what we're doing. It's sampling. We have rooms on the Discord in which we do this, and we often use the built-in clip feature. But when you make a distillate, you usually have to open up OBS and go in and or like InShot, like Chad uses.
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become when they wholly embrace their gifts, others will awaken.
If that life is putting your child in danger, physically, sexually, emotionally, that's not an innocent life. And if you can't do the hard thing in order to do the right thing, then you're an empty shell of a human being and you're more evil than good. You're more evil than good. So before you...
Like I said, Dewayne goes hard in this one. Hard in this one. Here.
You get married, young man. Before you get married, young man, you need to look down in that well. That woman, that young...
This may need a little qualifier. In the front of the video, he tells this anecdotal story about this time he was like being law enforcement, and he was going up to the call of the law enforcement, and then he had to look deep down into the side in himself and decide if he was ready to shoot somebody or not. Like, that's the well he's referring to. Oh.
You need to look down in that well. So before you get married, young man, you need to look down in that well. That woman, that young lady deserves to know that she and her well-being and her safety is more important to you than the possibility you might go to court or you might go to jail or you might lose and you might die. She deserves that. She deserves a husband who will give her that. Parents, mothers, you need to look in the well. And if you are so self-centered, not just physically, but if you are so self-centered in what you consider to be your overall goodness or whatever, that you will not walk through the fires of hell for your child, I beg you, don't have a child. Don't have that child, because that child deserves more than what you are. That child deserves more. It's not right. It's not right. And this video will maybe be the one that causes me a lot of heartburn and a lot of grief.
Oh, guess what? We're almost to the part where he gets dangerous. McMo says, this dude is the definition of LARP hard freedoms lunch. Good to see you. Who that cowboy's accusing me? Dusty Dust says everyone is more evil than good, including him. Gavin says love everyone, including your enemies. And what? So Chance says, so you can see it in the well before being in the well. Is this well-being? Lunch says the fake cowboy is speaking truth here. Don't have a kid if you ain't prepared to give your life for that kid. We'll call that cowboy eugenics, perhaps. Cowboy eugenics.
I'm gonna have a look at you.
You go ahead and have a look at me, but first have a look at this branding.
I saw you toss the kites on high and put the birds about the sky, and all around I heard you pass like lady skirts across the grass. Oh, wind a blowing all day long. Oh, wind that sings so loud a song. I saw the different things you did, but always you yourself you hid. I felt you push, I heard you call, I could not see yourself at all. Oh, wind a blowing all day long. Oh, wind that sings so loud a song. Oh, you that are so strong and cold to blow, where are you, young or old? Are you a beast, a field and tree, or just a stronger child than me? Oh, wind a blowing all day long. Oh, wind that sings so loud a song.
Well, isn't this a fun exploration of divine masculinity? Uh, the loving your enemy comes into play here. It's like this. There's rumored to be these things called serial killers who eventually make mistakes and get caught. And it's said somewhere in the profiling of these people that they want to get caught. And so the theory I might have is that the proper way of loving an enemy that is being an enemy is to defeat that enemy. Maybe it's like, hey, this is the game I'm LARPing, bro. To play along as a way of loving me, by catching me, stopping me from doing things that you wouldn't want to do for the sake of your soul. I don't know. It's a good question and debate. Let's see if we can get some those fancy replay comments on opinions on that. Sam was dropping some hot ones. Okay, we want to get to the part where we cover the Dewayne Gets Dangerous. We have these 2 timestamps here that will deliver, and that would close off the distillate that we didn't make but may make. But
Ducks eat bread.
They do. They like it.
All right, so we'll finish out with the dangerous right after this. McMo bringing the other half. The other half, cowboy plus try hard equals coward, because he's too cowardly to turn the other cheek. Does the divine masculine protect? What about the road? What about the road, McMo? Do you carry the fire? Do you eat people? Good morning, Phoebus. Good morning, Phoebus. We're just now getting into no, this one. The Dwayne Gets Dangerous clips from today's distillate exampling. This is. It's right. Here.
Fellas, What does it mean to be a dangerous man? It's a man who's counted the cost and said, if a situation comes up, I will pay the cost, whatever it costs me. All right. A dangerous man does not mean a man that's puts on all the outward trappings of a dangerous man. Danger is not external, danger is internal. Now, you need to be able to back up what you decide you're willing to do. And so you need to be able to do it physically, all right, whether it be hand to hand or whether it be firearms or whether it be whatever it is. Folks, we live in a dangerous world today. Do you not see that?
Then he gets derailed for a bit, so we jump up over to 28, 23,
you hear about this, it's a dangerous world out there. All right. And a dangerous man is a man who prepares himself mentally, emotionally, and physically to meet danger with danger. All right. What does it come down to? It comes down to the willingness to sacrifice. Sacrifice what? Everything. Everything. You say, Dwayne, there's no price. There is no price I will not pay for my mom, for my wife, for my children, for my grandchildren. Dwayne, how far does that extend? They'll never find your body. There's no price I won't pay. And for those,
I actually meant to clip before he said that body part because I thought that we went a little far. A little far. I mean, just a little explicit. We'll check it on the Hive Mind. Hey, Spoon Man. Right after we give you some more of the casino.
It's mixing on my colors, things we hit too light. I pass the days just floating on the daydream sailing. I did the dishes, took the trash out, feel amazing. I disappeared into an empty dark casino. I wonder what song is Lacey Sudestino. And no one knows I'm breaking promises still. And that's until my comic books are writing bill. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, but I did discover, no, stop it, wrong button. I did discover on the back of the card there was one additional timestamp. Let's see what that was. Let's see what that one was. 3303. Hey, wait, close enough. No, wait. Now that.
So anyhow, I guess that's about it. So be logical, be reasonable, be safe, be dangerous.
Hey, there's the Dwayne gets dangerous part of the stream. Now I have on these cards all those different clips that you've seen in that particular order with the 30, 33 open about weakness. And what we would do those are the clips that would be reaped, usually with the built-in clip feature in YouTube now, thanks to that YouTube thing. And then we would decide what order they would best go in the looming process of the thing, and then that would be presented as a distillate. Depending on whether or not they ever text me about the job thing, maybe we'll do some of that, and this will come out as one. But for those of you new here, joining only in the Arcade Year Fallen version, that is a thing that the Lobstamonkees and the Reapers and that's one of the things that happens around here. One of the things that happens around here. And then I check in with everybody again.
Remember, there is no agency. We want what's best.
But he actually is a horse riding school guy. They teach people this stuff. The horse riding part. I don't see where you're detecting this lack of authenticity. He could be astroturfed, but they are sending people to his school apparently. Afraid of the world, hides his lack of faith and fear with being dangerous, but there's always a bigger fish. It's about protecting what's sacred, I think, Mo, and whether or not you do. I mean, if your neighbor is coming over with a knife to do horrible things to your family, are you really going to turn the other cheek? And should you? That, I guess, is the question. Can spiritual danger be confronted with physical force? Probably not. But if there's a demon-possessed person coming after your family, you might be able, I don't know. Praise shingles. Prairie shingles, he said. Logic is for losers. The defense against a soft head is not a hard heart. What? Oh, David Walker seeing aliens for some reason. Lunch says, we as Christians are sort of called to be dangerous by the perception of the fallen world around us. I don't know. I don't know how it is for you. I know that it would take some divine will to, I don't know. It's an interesting topic, isn't it? How dangerous should a man be? Where is the line of protection versus turning the other cheek? And seriously, it's a tough question, boys and girls. Tell us what you think in the replay comments, because everything else is going to evaporate into time or something. What? Here, have this one. Lance says Dwayne's more legit than YouTube comment sheet posters, but he's got a little E in his Dewayne there, Lance. David Walker says, have you read the Mothman prophecies? No, but I saw that horrible Richard Gere movie. Lunch says, the fruit of a righteous spirit will be dangerous to the unrighteous that seeks to avoid it. Rascal says, it is a tough question. McMo, Lance from the top rope with the blanket this. Okay, so that's Dwayne getting dangerous. I got a UFO homeroom to watch. Let's make it a topic in where way the heck? Oh, geez, you can't even. How dangerous should we be? When should we not turn the other cheek, guys? If the assassins come, are we supposed to let them? Oh, hey, the assassins have come.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal, so say we all.
Thanks again for joining me and the others in our virtual cells to feel virtually not alone. Who knows when the next stream will be? Oh, wait. That's unfortunate. But now, since we're time traveling, I can upload it now. Right after. Sitting here on my phone, the internet is where I roam. And my chat is in the zone. I'm thinking not alone. The devices that I own, reading clips with the flow. As a needy in the